Not by a request, but someone put up a video on YouTube comparing 3 videos or more to each other and spent an hour doing it. I'm not going to do an hour of that. The first set of frames we're going to look at are concerning the most important thing you will see in these images. We're determining if they're, evidence of alien abduction or whatever. We're going to look at the squirrel nest. Yeah, if you're not aware of it, that's called a dray. That's called a dray, and that is called a dray. Now, the videos I'm going to link to, I'm going to hope you can download. I had to cheat to grab them off of the website that the individual uploaded them to. Thank goodness they made a backup copy, with the exception of this one, which is not really the raw original video. And also has some characteristics in it that looked like somebody green screened someone in to get a specific reaction out of people, but we're not going to do that. Number one, we will notice this probable utility pole. If you're not aware why a utility pole would have another pole leaning against it, it may be a broken pole next to it, or it may be a bracing pole, so a lot of tension can be pulled in one direction. Poles at the corner of a chunk of property or at a turning point that's 90 degrees or even sharper will have a pole that's braced either by cabling going one way or a post on the other, making it to where it can bear up against the tension of several hundred pounds of tension of power or data cabling. But that's neither here nor there. All 3 of the videos are taking place in the same area. It's really just kind of obvious that's what's going on. Doesn't need to be discussed. And I want to point out that I had to scroll through this until I found all of these matching parts. You can see this limb here bending that way, and again a dray and another tree. This has got the same pattern, this has got the same pattern, same pole, same location. That's all you need to know. We don't need to go off on the subject. Now on this one here, I'm going to just put it to there. It shows destroyed equipment in the background, tanks in some country that's having a war. It really doesn't even matter which one. This is our reference data for a lot of things. And yes, in the background, it doesn't need to be confirmed, but there's another building back here, and it's that one there. Okay, now we're going to look at this one, which is significantly shorter than the others, but I'm going to bring it over here, and we're looking at that building over there and another destroyed tank or APC or whatever. And I want you to notice that there's some green cloth on it, okay? Or tarps or whatever. As we go through, I'm going to show you this. It starts panning to the left. So we can literally just use this like a 360 video view of the area. I could sit down if I really wanted to and stitch all of this together and build a 3D model of it. Unfortunately, the video player I'm using is a pain in the ass. But anyway, here's some metal tubing or sheet metal trimming material here, and a tree, and you can see some wires there, probably from the same lines. And you can see what appears to be maybe a window here, and then 2 windows next to each other, one being see-through and one greened over, and a smokestack. Nothing is seen over here, so we can just ignore that, and I'm going to go through it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the part that the person fixated on. Someone is critiquing this to determine they're in the same location, but they fixated on this woman, and then explained that this plaid patterned shirt or plaid patterned scarf was somehow a prayer shawl or something else indicative of a particular ethnic group or religion. I don't believe it is. In fact, I'm very sure it has nothing to do with what the person asserted, so we're going to ignore that. Again, there's the building in the background, right there. It's the same place. And we'll go through and see the significant components. We're now scrolling again the same way. Someone decided this had to be staged, or it was a fashion show. It's a false flag complaint. Someone's screaming that at the top of their lungs. Let's look here. We see this, and then the tree trunks. And we're going to go over here and back this one up, if the program will actually cooperate, and we can see the same situation. It is the same location. Now we're going to look for temporal changes, changes in time. This is a much clearer image of 3 greened over windows. That means these images were not taken on the same day. These 2 videos were taken on different days of the same area. Now, someone could decide that they don't like what this implies, or that it implies something that they want to have pushback against, and I understand that. The fact that 2 videos were taken by apparently 2 opposing forces in the same area isn't really suspicious. But the presumption here I have is, it's really simple. We see that one smoldering. we see this area ahead of this thing smoldering. And over here we see the background on fire. Here we see smoke and fire as well. The presumption is in the video that there are people who are from opposing sides in a conflict who went through the same area. The claim is that this is a Russian set of tanks that were hit, and that the people in the screen, and one of these screens has to be them. Now, in the video here, you'll see people wearing the blue bands or not. Do we see blue bands on anybody? We see blue bands on one person, a lady. And again, the person doing the video upload was fixating on that. And yes, there's some green cloth and that sort of thing. But we have blue bands, okay? Do we have blue bands in this video over here? And we don't see, yeah. In all three videos, we see blue banded people with blue stripes and blue bands. So I'm not sure what this is supposed to be by someone claiming that this was or wasn't something as it was presented. All I know is what I can do. I can confirm that these were taken almost absolutely in the same location at different times during a very short period of time. Does the individual who's claiming that one of these, or maybe more, looks like some sort of fashion show, as they said, or a staged event or something, seems a bit odd to me and doesn't seem to make any sense. However, I don't know. All I know is, yes, these are confirmed from the same location, same timing, or approximately the same time. Well, you see, that's the other part of this is a little bit different. See the angle of the light? Right? Does the angle match? Well, pretty close. But the clouds have gone behind it. But all of them are wearing blue bands in all of it? So they're all part of the same group. Or maybe these are observers. You decide. Next, I'm going to bring up, and it sounds like I'm attacking the person, Coach Red Pill, a.k.a. CoachStream, a.k.a. now renamed only one channel, Gonzalo Lira of the United Kingdom, decided to call this a hot girl and a fashion shoot and propaganda when they appear to be the same sources because all three videos seem to show the same people with the same blue bands. Now, I don't know anything more than that, and I don't know the language that's being spoken by any of them, but I do know if you go through the archive.orgs about this person's channel, you'll find that they have a definitive political bias and, in my opinion, a lack of an interest in being factual. I didn't say truthful, I said factual. Anyway, yeah, they all appear to be wearing blue bands. It all appears to be the same location. I don't see this being propaganda. And for all I know, people are misrepresenting what is being said in the videos. I'll leave a link to all three of them. And again, I had to grab them. Also, I should notice she's wearing a pirate symbol on her bag. Seems like she's out of place. But I don't believe that piece of cloth around her neck is an indication that she belongs to a particular ethnic group the person indicated. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck.